Good evening, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, my subject on this video is sometimes regarded as being controversial because of my age. I'm an old fart, as you all know. And I'm getting old farter in these days because Monday I'm actually going to be officially 1 year older. Now, you must also know, if you follow the videos, as I always say, you must know that Beth and I have been looking into in vitro, that we've been going to a clinic. I had a vasectomy a great number of years ago. We had a reversal. I had a reversal of that some time ago now, over a year I think it is, and so far we have not managed to conceive naturally. So we went to a clinic for in vitro. They have a way of judging whether in vitro will be successful. I did have somebody who wrote to me and said that in his particular case, for some reason which he never divulged, he was unable to ejaculate inside his wife, and they wanted to conceive. So they had worked out a way that they themselves could inject the sperm into his wife. I don't think that was through a needle, by the way, but there are many ways of injecting, especially when you're doing all kinds of offering. Especially we found that they have these special syringes which are not with a needle, and you can use them for giving children and animals, and a supplement of some kind, antibiotics or something, some medicinal thing, and you can use this, and I anticipate that that's what he really did, and he was successful, and they now have a child. Thank you for sharing that with me. And what we've been looking at was to have in vitro. Now, one of the things that some friends of mine in the UK, which it's a perfect example of how some of the barriers that stop you from having a child naturally are nothing to do with the way that the medical establishment measure your numbers. You have to have certain numbers, the viscosity has to right. It's very complicated, and all kinds of numbers come up, and if those numbers are lacking, then they judge that in vitro would not work. And we're kind of at that stage where we have been on a series of supplements which I've been taking, and which Beth has been taking to a much lesser degree. So we've been taking those, and I have a Sunday driving job which takes me to picking up the congregation for the Foursquare Gospel Church, and I go and I pick up parents, men and women, and their children, and I get them to the church. Not on time, but I get them to the church. Okay, so we're a couple who had tried for years to have a child and could not seemingly conceive in the normal way. So what they did was they went and they had in vitro, and they did this 3 times. So 3 times they had in vitro. And that's 3 separate procedures. Now, it's not only is it very expensive, but it's not a pleasure trip. Okay. Well, after the failure of that 3rd procedure, they gave up, and they went and they adopted a child, and they were happy and relieved and enjoyed the new arrival into their family, a baby girl. Lo and behold, months later, they conceived a child of their own naturally, without thinking about it, and totally unexpected. Oh my gosh, she said, I'm pregnant. And then they went on, and I think that they conceived 4 children. So something happened in there which can't be measured in terms of numbers, right? They had all the numbers right, and they went in, and the in vitro, which could have given them multiple births. That's the other risk, because when they take the eggs, they don't just take one egg, they'll take 3 or 4. So there's always the chance of having multiple births. Well, that wouldn't worry Beth or myself, but anyway, it didn't happen for them. And then, as soon as they adopted a child, there must have been something changed in their thinking. Maybe the stress of really needing, really saying we would be happy if only we could have a child. All of these kinds of things that people attach to a prayer. Like Beth and I pray for our own child. Now, if there's any element of desperation and doubt and lack of faith attached to that prayer, that's what will come back. You may or may not succeed. There's nothing guaranteed. You have shown up front that you're praying, please grant this, but I don't really think you're going to do it. Or it's not going to happen for us. And then you go, and like my friends did, they adopted, and then something changed. They stopped sending out those desperate prayers. So we're actually thinking that we will go and we will look at the possibility of adopting a child, and we would like to adopt a little girl, perhaps no older, or maybe just around the age of 1 year. And so that's our news, and we hope that we'll receive your prayers and your good wishes for a successful trip, and we'll be keeping you informed. And then who knows what can happen. Maybe our prayers may be answered. Where was that orphanage, Beth, for next week?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. Thanks for looking in, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you can. Bye for now.